Greetings, my fellow normies. I hope you're all doing well today. So this discussion is going to be about The Mandalorian that drops on October 30th, and Jon Favreau provides an update on possible Mandalorian spinoffs, including something to hit the big screen. So before we get started, I'd like you to share, subscribe this video. I also want to get into my personal opinions on The Mandalorian. Bounty and Comics has this article. The Mandalorian showrunner Jon Favreau recently answered whether or not there are any planned spin-offs in the works for Star Wars. It's been assumed that Disney and Lucasfilm are already in the process of developing spin-off shows, given former Disney CEO Bob Iger's comments during an investors call in February. Iger stated the priority in the next few years is television, with Mandalorian Season 2 coming in October and then more coming from Mandalorian after that, including the possibility of infusing it with more characters and the possibility of taking those characters in their own direction in terms of the series. He later would state, so the priority for Star Wars in the short term is going to be, I'll call it television for Disney Plus, and then we will have more to say about development of theater content. However, Jon Favreau seemed to pump the brakes on the idea in a recent interview. Favreau stated, I love the world of Star Wars because, on the one hand, there's familiarity with this subgenre, but there's also a tremendous amount of flexibility of which way you can go and genres you could explore within that subgenre. As we were meeting new characters and we're starting to hit our stride, from the production standpoint with how this technology can be used, we're beginning to explore where we could go, he added. Then he hinted that there could be a spin-offs, and he could start to expand what we're doing on our ambitions about what characters we want to follow. Now, that's a loaded situation, really loaded situation. I think there's two camps going on in Lucasfilm, and I say this because I think they're trying to right the ship on what happened with the movies. No matter if you agree with it or not, the movies were an absolute disaster, period, for the franchise. But that was because somebody called Kathleen Kennedy wanted to play fucking politics and stuff. And all they did was redo what we've already fucking seen and given us JJ crap. JJ is he's a piece of shit director and stuff. He's never developed anything on his own. Favreau has a track record. He's the one who's basically helped right the ship with regards to the Marvel franchise and stuff. I think it's in very good hands. But I think that maybe, at the same time, Mandalorian has played it safe for season 1. There's talk of Ahsoka. There's also talk about Sabine. There's talk of all kinds of different characters coming from Rebels and so on and so forth. And what I think they're going to do is, I think they're going to try and right the ship with regards to Mandalorian, because they got a hit on their hands. They got 7 or 8 million views with Mandalorians every episode. So they definitely have a hit. I know there's a lot of criticism about the Mandalorian, but I'm okay with that. And so I know that a lot of people are criticizing it, and yeah, I guess it's rightly so. People are just kind of fed up with Disney and stuff like that. And then, with regards to the beer bug going on and all that, California's governor won't let Disney reopen. They're giving them impossible measures to reopen, which I have no idea how that's going to work at all. And all that. Disney's taking a huge hit not opening up their main park. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody wants to play politics. And now they're talking about California Disney and all the amusement parks in California not reopening until March or mid-summer next year, 2021. 2021. This is just ridiculous. And the only solution to this is that these people like Iger, these are their boys. They are a part and have backed a certain party in this state that has kept them shut down. So the only solution is to do a forced removal of this governor. That's what's going to happen. So Favreau goes on, as we're meeting new characters and as we're starting to hit our stride from the production standpoint with how this technology can be used, we're beginning to explore where we could go. He then hinted that there could be spin-offs and we could start to expand what we're doing and our ambitions about what characters we want to follow. Favreau then went on to detail how much he learned from how Marvel Studios tells their stories. I learned a lot from the experience over at Marvel, where it was very organic how it would evolve. You're paying attention to a large story arc, characters that could come together, but also smaller stories of individual characters that could spin off on their own. I think this is a key point, and he states this too. The key here is maintaining the quality and never scaling to the point that we're losing sight of what's important to us and what people like about the show. And I appreciate that because that's what I think people want to see. I like the way that Marvel did what they did, and Favreau has been instrumental in that. I know that Kevin Feige has been the architect of Marvel, but Favreau is the one who started this all off. You know what I'm saying? So I think Favreau's very, very correct on this front. I think he's dead on the mark. I think you can really, really spin off, and I have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? And all that, I really think they're going to try and right the ship versus the damn movies. Because you know what, too, as well? I like the character Thrawn, and I love Timothy Zahn, and I love the way he writes books. And I think that you should read those books and stuff. It's very interesting. I think they should go in that direction and kind of forget about the main story and stuff, because they've already destroyed that for so many fandom, including myself and stuff. But I can get behind characters we already know, we can spin off, so on and so forth. So, in fact, he hinted that The Mandalorian might follow the outlined Marvel Studios model of seeing Disney Plus shows lead into the theaters. Which I don't know how that's going to work, to be honest, because there's talk of theaters shutting down permanently now and all that. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to work. You know what I'm saying? Favreau goes on. The line is blurring now. Things that you would have seen in the movie theater, you're seeing on streaming, and I think it could go on other ways as well. He then stated that we're definitely open to seeing The Mandalorian make a transition big screen, excited to see where the story leads and have that flexibility because there's no rule book now and all that. I think I think they could really go with a Mandalorian centric show because we've gotten so much lore and stuff like that and backdrop for Mandalorians, and everybody seems to like it. They're a warrior race. You know what I'm saying? They're a lot like the Klingons from Star Trek and stuff. Actor Pedro Pascal, who plays Din Djarin, aka the Mandalorian, did express his interest in playing the character on the big screen. He stated, "I think that works. I think that the work is so beautiful that I would love for that to be held by a big screen experience." Now he just needs to stop bitching too about the damn situation. Now I don't know if they're true or not or what. But I will state that I don't know what the big deal is about him not removing his helmet because other Mandalorians in the past shows and on Rebels all have taken off their helmets. Now maybe he's part of a certain sect that doesn't do that, but Pedro Pascal wants his face seen, and I can understand that. So, but Pascal added, but it seems to work so well that I'm not sure it's something that I would want to corrupted by and any change. I mean, I certainly know that the challenge can be met. It's not like these people don't have the experience. If anybody do, they can do it. Favreau and Pascal comments about possibility having the show make the jump to big screen. Like I said, I'm not sure how that's going to work or if it will work and stuff. We're in uncharted territories right now. There's a lot of people that are really, really still scared about the coof. And, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how people are going to go back to theaters, to be honest. Sutton claims at the time it's no surprise the Mandalorian theater movie is being discussed at Disney. As for that film might look like, according to the source, the film will include characters introduced on the Rebels animated show, and big bad is going to be Admiral Thrawn. What, you know, so we're getting into a little over 10 minutes here. What do you make of these comments? Do you think that they already have shows in development, spin-offs? Do you think the spin-offs coming from, season 2 and beyond, or what? I tend to think it'd be stupid if they didn't, to be honest. And I say that because, again, the movies were flawed. The movies were shit and destroyed the franchise. They need to right the ship. But the thing is Disney in general and Kathleen Kennedy don't know shit. Favreau it seems, has the backing that he needs and going forward. And I think that leaving in Favreau's hands, I think that he knows where he's going and stuff with this. And I think it's in good hands. He's the Feige of Marvel, and he helped develop Marvel. So I think that we should give him a chance and see where it goes, and go from there. All right. So take care, my fellow normies, and I hope that you all take care. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like, and I'll be talking to you later. Bye.